I've been asked a couple of times to do a video on my LS swapped XJ, so here we go. I'll give it a whirl. We've got a 5.3 out of a 2004 Chevy Silverado. I guess I should start off by saying that I got a lot of the parts from Novak Conversions. They flashed the PCM for me. I got the adapter plate for the 4L60 transmission to the NP231, the stock Jeep. So they didn't pay me for this video. So without, you know, they didn't pay me to advertise or anything. That's just me being honest. Novak Conversions kind of helped me make this happen. Or I guess I could have fabbed up some stuff, but without them I couldn't have done it in my garage by myself. You got the throttle control unit right there, so some wiring comes out of the gas pedal and plugs right into that and then goes into the computer. You just got the intake off of eBay. It was kind of a do-it-yourself kit. We had a couple of tubes and different fittings, and that's kind of how this one landed. So I decided to go with the Corvette style intake manifold so I can get the factory hood to close, and I've got some hood spacers on it, 3/4 of an inch anyway, but that's only to let some of the heat out. This engine in this car or this truck takes up a lot of room, and it's really close to the frame rails and everything, so I ended up having to space the hood to release some of the heat in there. But I went with some Corvette style brackets in the front also. I got the AC bracket that'll be working shortly. I've got the up there on the shelf, I've got the compressor, but I need a condenser and a dryer and the lines, and then that'll work. And then the headers I got from Novak Conversions as well. It's they use a company in California called Sanderson, I think is the name of the company, and Sanderson has this no gasket technology that I'm not too sure I'm crazy about, but they say it works. So they recommended doing some high temp RTV behind the flange, or in between the flange and the head, so I did that, and it seems to work good. There's no leaks or anything, and it smoked like hell at first, but maybe that's because of the oil that was on my hands when I was putting the thing together. But anyway, got a Novak radiator. I don't know how many rows it is, but it's a nice aluminum radiator, dissipates heat really well. And then there's 3 fans, 9-inch fans on the front of that I don't know, they're cheap eBay fans, but they work. It's another fan on the transcooler. Not the best place for the transcooler, but the only place I think I really had, other than finding a spot for it somewhere behind the grill or under the front bumper. I didn't want it to get damaged, so for now that's where it sits. And then I got some billet, again off of eBay. eBay was my friend. Got some billet dipsticks for the transmission and the oil pan, and fabbed up a little bracket to go on the firewall right there. And then on the firewall right here, we've got a power distribution block where I can hook up, I think, 6 different 12-volt accessories, and that goes straight to the starter, which ultimately goes to the battery. So I was able to hook up a few things there, like wipers and I forget what else, but I've got more 12-volt power there if I need it. Stock brakes on it, stock axles. The axles are actually rebuilt. The stock Jeep axles. Got the Clayton long arm kit on there, but the axles I had regeared to 488, open in the front and posi in the rear. It pretty much gets me anywhere I want to go. Not ideal for, you know, really heavy off-road or anything. Have to go to 1 tons in the future for that probably, but anyway, stock brakes on it, and in 4 low it pushes, the engine pushes through the brakes, so it really kind of stops like hell with the stock brakes on it, unless you throw it into neutral or something, if something gets hairy on you. But anyway, like I said, it works for what I do. I don't do anything too crazy. This is just for me and the kids. And anyway, switched out the seats on the inside to I got these at the junkyard, pick apart. They're out of a '05 Pontiac Vibe, I think it was. They fit really tight in there. Had to fab some brackets up, but really comfortable. And then since I have the 4L60, I had to do a B&M ratchet shifter. I really like that shifter. It was pretty cheap too. I think it was only a couple $100. But anyway, really nice shifter. Has a reverse lockout, so if I'm going down a hill and pushing through the brakes, I can just slam it into neutral without really damaging anything. Maybe slam's not the right word, but anyway. And then I got some Goodyear floor mats purchased from AutoZone. Cut those around the trans tunnel and just did some indoor-outdoor carpet for the for the carpet. Looks okay, not too bad. And then this is kind of the magic of it all. This Autometer, I think they call that the dash link. Basically, fire up the Jeep and then connect to the app on my phone, the dash link app, and that gives me all my gauges right there on my phone. Tablet probably be better because it's bigger, but my phone's all I got right now. And then I'll take you underneath real quick, show you the trans and how everything fits in there. Way too tight. So you know, there's the conversion bracket. Should have probably painted that stuff in hindsight, the bracketry, but you got your conversion bracket there. 4L60 to the stock Jeep transfer case. Got a little bit of oil there. Sorry about that. And then Arizona drive shaft built me some drive shafts for this, or actually rebuilt the stalkers and lengthened one and shortened the other. It moved the transfer case. I think back 3 inches. I can't remember, but I think it moved it back 3 inches. Might have been forward, but anyway. And then did I forget who made the shifter cable, but I'll have to follow up on that, but I forget who made that. But everything's a really tight fit in there and works well though. So, and Novak Conversions actually had a transfer case cable that is installed right there. I don't know how well you can see that, kind of laying on my back under here, but they made a transfer case cable that actually shifts really good, really clean, a lot better than the factory Jeep setup. I like the way Jeep did a lot of things, but I think that transfer case cable that's factory Jeep was kind of a bad idea. But anyway, that's pretty much it. I'll take you back out here and fire it up real quick so you can hear it. It's got a Black Widow muffler on it with no cats or anything and no resonator, so it's really louder than hell. Sorry for the shakiness, guys. Well, all in all, it's a lot of fun, and excuse me. I think I have, you know, a lot of people ask about the cost and was it expensive. And I think I have maybe $5,500 in it or something like that. But that's with rebuilt axles, rebuilt trans, lengthened and rebuilt drive shafts, and then all this Corvette stuff, or Camaro. I think the intake manifold's actually off of an Ellis Camaro, or the Super Sport, or whatever model that is, but could have saved some money if I would have just done the truck accessories. Built a little bracket right there for a relay, and that's actually a fuse box. A Busman fuse box controls the fuel pump and a couple of other accessories. So anyway, before this video gets too lengthy, I'll cut it off. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Thanks.